Yes, Robert and Dave, y'all. Southern Fried, talking wide, live shows, we keep it tight. SFP, bring the heat, every day and every night. We talk Southern things, boots and rings, front porch rocking while the rooster sing. From the morning prayer to the evening chat, if you ain't tuned in, where you at? We keep it real, we keep it right. Southern folks talking all day and night. Wake up early with that morning funny, coffee in hand, sky's kinda sunny. Dave in the AM, talking about the day, MAGA minute, devotion, hey, we don't play. Mondays, mama says she's speaking wise. Hump day news, y'all better recognize. Friday's prayer live, hands to the sky. Sunday morning in the word testify. We talk Southern things, boots and rings, front porch rocking while the rooster sing. From the morning prayer to the evening chat, if you ain't tuned in, where you at? We keep it real, we keep it right. Southern folks talking all day and night. Tuesday night, it's night talk deep. Dave's got stories that'll cut you deep. Front porch talking past the tea. Gossip about town and who's who seat. Veteran of the week, salute and stand. Pets of the week, yeah, we love that clan. Recorded talks from crime to ghosts. We cover it all, yeah, we do the most. So hit that link, don't miss a beat. SFP's where the South folks meet. Laughter, prayer, or tales so bold. Southern humor with a heart of gold. We talk Southern things, boots and rings, front porch rocking while the rooster sing. From the morning prayer to the evening chat, if you ain't tuned in, where you at? We keep it real, we keep it right. Southern folks talking all day and night. So subscribe, tune in, grab a chair. Robert and Dave, y'all know we're there. From Southern fried tales to prayerful days, we bring that Southern fire in every way.
Hey, welcome to Thursday night's edition of Cornbread Nation. I'm Rob. That's Dave. We hope y'all have had a great day. We're starting in our Cornbread Nation. Howdy, Michael. But just to remind everybody, we don't really look at chat much during this show, but we will get to all your comments at the end of it. So y'all just sit back and enjoy the ride. How you doing tonight, Dave?
All right. Rumble Studio didn't work that way, so I'm going to have to just we're on the Southern Fried Podcast on Rumble. I might figure out what happened there. But anyway,
Right.
Hello, Barry. Hello, Michael. How y'all doing?
All right. Well, welcome to Cornbread Nation. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling, Dave.
Let's do it.
All right, where are we starting?
Jack Legs of the Week.
Oh, my goodness.
Lots of candidates.
Well, all right. I've got a few. You want me to start with one?
Go right ahead.
I'm gonna throw out a big old jackwagon buttholes to the legacy media who have conspired to hide the actual health condition of our former president, Joe Biden, while he was in office. This was a low down, dirty way to do the American people. You people are not journalists. All you are is a mouthpiece for the Democratic Party. And don't think that we don't know that. Don't think for a second you've kept that hid. You are jacklegs and jackwagons and liars. And I said it. That is my opinion, Rob, right here on the Southern Fried Podcast. So to you guys, I give you a great old big salute. And you're a bunch of jacklegs.
But Jack Wagon is a leader who tries to act tough and acts like he's going to face down Vladimir Putin of Russia when he can't even handle his, some say he, she. Macron of France got smacked down coming off the plane. Then he tried to act all tough reviewing the troops. Dude, you're a loser.
Got slapped.
Absolute loser, man. You got smacked down. You're a jackleg. I can't stand that guy. But yeah, he's talking tough like he's gonna take it to Russia.
Yeah, okay.
You're a joke.
Well, my second one, and I'm sure everybody knows somebody like this. I call them the one-upper. All right, they're jacklegs, and no matter what you're going through, they're going through something a little worse, or a little. If you're going through something good, they're going through something a little better. Or if you've got this, they've got that, and if you've got this, you're doing this, they're doing that. Yay, you one-uppers. We don't care how you one-up us. Okay, fine. You win. You're a jackleg. Let me give you a big old salute, too.
My number two, it's really 2 and 1. I'm going to team them up. I complained about them for 2 days, and they're not doing anything to make me feel any better. And that's Dan Bongino and Cash Patel. They just keep on talking about stuff instead of. I want to see some arrests. They're talking about investigating virus origins and and trying to come out and do the whole police lineup look when they're trying to tell us it was a suicide. I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed, gentlemen. I want to see better.
Yes.
Jacklegs right now. Prove me wrong, boys. Prove me wrong. Jacklegs. Tired of waiting, man. 120 days. What's up?
Come on.
We don't need a. You can have all the investigations you want. I want to see some arrest.
Yes. Yeah. Well, my third one, and this is one that's near and dear to my heart, and for the people that this is going out to, I hope your mama's watching you and she snatches a knot in your butt for doing it. You know how when you're driving down the road, Dave, and you see somebody waiting to pull out, and there's nobody behind you, visible, I mean, for miles. And this jackleg waits till you get right on top of them, and then they pull out in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
What is up with that? Who the heck taught you how to drive? You sure as heck wasn't taught no manners or common courtesy. All right? Hey, you're a jackleg. Your parents raised a jackleg. You a jackwagon. You're self-involved. You can wait 2 seconds for the car to pass. Hey, here's a special salute for you too. Jackleg. Guess who was traveling last weekend?
I believe I can tell. I believe I can tell. All right. 1 second here. I'm trying to wrap up something here.
Well, I got an extra one I can do while you're doing that.
If you don't mind, give me just a second.
All right, I'll give you a second. I got a fourth one. We knock out, you pull into a gas station and it's real busy, and there's cars, they're all full, and you're having to wait in line to get to the gas pump. To the jack-legged knucklehead who gets up there and pumps his gas, pays for it with a card, and then walks into the store. You're waiting behind him. Then he walks into the store to buy something and doesn't move his car. There's plenty of parking places. You can move your car. It's not going to kill you. That's another jackleg. Oh. And it's always the oldest, fattest, slowest people that you can imagine that does it. You know, it takes them 10 minutes to make it to the door. They turn sideways. They go inside, they get their stuff, turn sideways, come back out. They look at you like, and then cram themselves back in their car, rip the fat rolls up to get them inside. Takes 20 minutes to get their seat belts on because they can't find the latch because their fat rolls have done lots over it. I mean, come on, people.
Mine's last one's a driving one or two. You know, you got to be some kind of a jackleg to be going down the road and with your phone, not dash cam, your phone, and you're filming people that you say are being unsafe and driving unsafe when you yourself have the phone in front of your face filming this going down the highway. I see these videos all the time, and I'm thinking, what kind of stupid do you have to be to do that? Chocolate.
And you're inconsiderate. You're inconsiderate. Your parents raised inconsiderate jackleg. They're not proud, and neither are we.
I see one today. By the way, the comments were gold. People were ripping this person like, oh, and you're going to drive unsafe to tell us someone else is unsafe? Oh, it was brutal. Most things I tune in for the comments anyway, because usually I'm not disappointed. I can spend hours going through comments if it's really good. They're not the jacklegs. Well, they can be, but usually they're not. Yeah. There's always one in the crowd, though.
Always.
Oh, my goodness. All right, there's your jacklegs of the week. Submit yours to us. We'll be glad to read them on the air, or send us a video, and we'd be glad to air your video. And don't forget, closely aligned with the jacklegs is our Rumble-only vent show, the Southern Fried Vent, that's coming up in about 2 weeks, or a little less than 2 weeks. The second Wednesday in June. Yes. Second hour of the Wednesday night show is Rumble Southern Fried Vent. I can't wait.
Yes.
All right, it's time for the Southern Fried 5 at 5. 5 reasons Bubba's got to have him a jacked up truck. 5 reasons Bubba's got to have a jacked up truck. Well, number one, because they raise a lot of corn down in the South, you know, you got to be able to see over that corn, see where you're going, you know, when you're running through the cornfields and acting stupid. You got to be able to see over the corn. So it's got to be jacked up pretty good. Not that I would ever do that. I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, you got to see where you're going. I mean, you know, you remember the movie The Twister? You know, they were running through a cornfield. They couldn't see where they're going. So they weren't good old boys. They had been that had truck jacked up, then it saw where they was going.
Oh.
Number 2, you never know when you're going to find a run up on a good mud bog. You always want to be ready. It might be somebody's having one, or you might just see a place that you can do it. So you got to be ready.
I can see that part, yeah. But you don't have to have a jacked up truck for that. You can do that in anything.
You can, but it helps if you've got the jacked up truck.
Okay.
You know, it might be a deep bog. You don't want to go underneath it, you know. I mean, you know, just how big a boy are you? I mean, you know, how big a bog are you? I don't know. Number 3 reasons that good old boy's got to have him a jacked up truck. Well, I mean, it's obvious. You got him. It's impressive to the girls. You know, they like that. They like the jacked up truck. So I mean, that's a given. We'll give you number 3.
Well, you know, but it better not be one of them that's jacked up in the front and lowered in the back, though, because that don't impress anybody.
No, those are jacklegs right there. Number 4 is to survive the pothole apocalypse that we have in the South. There's so many bad roads. You need a jacked up truck to survive the black holes that are now part of our highways.
Yeah.
They just can't keeping up with our roads. And I'm gonna tell you, there's potholes are so bad now. I've seen some cars leave behind parts of their car after they've hit them. I mean, I don't know how they kept rolling, but near a pothole, sometimes you will see springs, bolts, hubcaps, broken hubcaps. I mean, they're leaving some stuff, maybe oil slick. It's bad.
I mean, you they're talking about getting treaded vehicles down here for the cops, so they can run people down like tanks. Stretch out over the potholes, smooth them out.
Yeah. Number 5 reason a good old boy's got to have a jacked up truck, just because it looks dang cool. There you go, Rob. Little love to the South, especially South Georgia. The boys in their jacked up trucks. I know people ask, why do they have that truck up that high? Well, there's your 5 good reasons.
That, it's kind of slick on their part because, if they go out on a date, they got to help her up in there. That's some pushing going on.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of makes a little bit of sense. Just saying. Just saying.
But you don't want it too high because the popo don't like that. So if you got most of them won't give you a hassle, but if you give them a reason to hassle you, that's when they pull out the measuring tape. Start. Let's just see how high off the ground this is, boys. That's just so they can give you a hard time.
Yeah.
They really don't care. That's like window tint, man. That's the biggest scam deal ever. I mean, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna get on my vent on that. I don't have heavy tint, but is that not the biggest scam pullover ever? Is the window tint? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Your tint is too dark. Come on. There's your Southern Fried 5 at 5.
Your tint too dark.
Your jacked up trucks.
Your tint's too dark. Shut up.
I know it, man. It's like, what the heck, man?
I mean, my tint's too dark. Your mouth's too big.
I know a guy that got 2 tickets in the same week for that. He had time to get to the tent place to change it. And you know what's funny about it? Well, it ain't funny. The same cop. The same guy. He wrote him 2 tickets.
He didn't get on it quick enough for him, I bet.
I just don't think. I think he didn't like him. He just, or he's running behind on tickets and he needed to spruce up. I don't know.
Well, anyway, better be careful. You don't want Barney putting his bullet in his gun coming after you. Careful what you talk about. Don't be talking about police officers now. Brandon, if you're out there, sorry.
All right. We're going to do our Cornbread Nation Funny of the Week just for Rob because I know he loves him so much. And then we're going to do our Breadheads in History. Then we'll take a quick break and come back with fan mail. The Cornbread Nation Funny of the Week is, why did the Scarecrow become a country music star?
They had a stick up his butt.
No, because he was outstanding in his field.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Help him. Dear Lord, help him. Be with him, Lord. Let the Spirit flow down on him. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Oh,
I love it.
Oh, Lord. Outstanding in his field.
Outstanding in his field.
I think my answer was better. All right, we're doing Breadheads in History.
Breadheads in History.
Who you got? Lay him on us. Or her.
I'm going to go with the great Bob Hope. Bob Hope was one of the funniest guys, and he did it clean.
Yeah.
He was a legend. But the thing I love about him the most is he was great. I loved a lot of his movies. I loved the comedy. I appreciate Bob Hope for entertaining the troops. And there's nobody did more to do that, I believe, than him. There was many who did a lot, but I don't think anybody did more than Bob Hope to keep our troops' morale up in the middle of just pure hell. Yeah. And for that, he is a great breadhead in history. Bob Hope, we salute you, brother. Rest in peace.
Yes. Well, I've gone a little bit out there from my other one tonight, for my breadhead in history. You can still see this gentleman perform regularly. I'm throwing out Ray Stevens.
Oh, Ray.
Oh, I'm sorry, but the Mississippi Squirrel Revival was one of the greatest songs ever written and performed, along with several others. It's Me Again, Margaret, the Streak. He did a whole, but Eric the Awful, Ned Nostril, and the South Seas Paradise, Put Your Blues on Ice, Keep It Twice the Price band. Oh man, just so many great songs, and he's still come up with new songs and performing them in Branson. You know,
he does. He's got one about the border that's hilarious. I saw that 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, and he's very up to date on his material.
He is,
and he's very, very much. He's MAGA, but pretty much all the way. I hadn't seen much that wasn't. I mean, he tells it like it is in his songs and in person. So, hey, Mr. Ray Stevens, we salute. And thank you for all the great songs over the years.
Absolutely. Yeah, brought a lot of laughter. I mean, everybody laughed at the street, man. I guarantee you church people are laughing at that one.
Yeah.
Because it's just a song. There's nothing per se dirty.
No.
But it makes you laugh. You're thinking, what if? Just the way,
the Mississippi
he would say that.
The Mississippi Squirrel Revival, think how many church people laughed at that song.
Oh, yeah.
All the way down to the Amen pew where sat Sister Bertha Better Than You, who'd been watching all the commotion sadistically. But you should have seen the look in her eyes when that squirrel dropped her garters and crossed her thighs, and she leaped to her feet and said, Lord, have mercy on me. I'm sorry. Come on, man. There ain't nobody in church that don't know Sister Bertha better than you.
All right, folks, we'll be right back. We've got a great company, South Georgia. Awesome time with them. We just do this commercial because we love them. If we can help them in any way, we will. Don't buy from those woke companies. Spend your money with Georgia companies, awesome companies like this right here.
Hey, this is Dave with the Southern Fried Podcast. Recently, me and Rob were able to go to Fresh Press Farms and do an interview, which we posted on all of our streams. We love these folks. They're amazing. And we are also customers of theirs. I've recently ordered my olive oil that we use in cooking to our home. We love that they're Georgia-based. We love that they're the only olive producer in the state of Georgia. And we love that they're making jobs here for Georgians in South Georgia. We want you to become a part of their family and use their products. They are the makers of homegrown cold-pressed cooking oils. Crafting oil like this means that they capture the best of the olive and the sunflower because they make that oil too. And they have other products that they have out there. It's an amazing company. They like to say freshness is never a question with Fresh Press Farms. They believe that what we put into our body should be minimally processed and actually improve our health and taste like the source. Locally produced and vertically integrated, they proudly grow, harvest, cold press, bottle, and distribute their oils in Georgia to ensure top-notch quality and a quick trip from Grove to Pranchy. Please go online and look up their website and order you some too. Support small business, support Georgia business, and we would appreciate it. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you soon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. It's that time. Rob's fan mail.
Oh, we're going to do fan mail next? We got it. Well, I got just a few of them here. We'll see what we can get to here. And for those of you who don't know about this part of it, I've got the letters here. I've not read the questions or nothing like that. I'm just gonna use my Southern redneck mentalist abilities to divine the answers to these questions, and I'm gonna shove them in a mailbox right there. And we got the redneck delivery system. Go take it right today. So here we go. All right. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
All right. This is from Single in Rossville, Georgia.
There's a lot of them.
My goodness. Say what 3 times? Say what 3 times? Come and take.
Say what? 3 times.
Say what 3 times?
Say what 3 times, huh?
Say what 3 times?
What should a husband do when his wife asks him to do something?
A minimum of 3 times. What?
That's why they're single in Rossville. And for folks across the country, if you don't know what Rossville is, well, we can't hardly describe it.
No, it's its own place.
God bless you folks in Rossville.
Yeah,
Don't get offended. We love you, but you know it's true.
Yes. All right. Number 2. This is from Gasser in Bremerton, Washington.
Where?
Bremerton, Washington.
Rimerton.
Hmm. When she blows up the bathroom worse than you do. When she blows up the bathroom worse than you do. From Gasser in Bremerton, Washington.
This thing sounds a little dangerous tonight, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, it smelled a little dangerous too.
How do you know when the honeymoon is over?
Oh, okay. That's 2 for 2, sir.
I'll give you that one.
So, when the bathroom gets blown up, when she blows up the bathroom worse than you do, that's when you know the honeymoon's over. All right. This is from Birdman in Trenton, Georgia.
That sounds like a loony guy, man. Like some guy out there that people go by and they just call him Crazy Louie or something.
Crow.
This is a guy that got skeletons in his front yard pushing lawnmowers or something.
Yeah. Crow. Crow is your answer there, Birdman.
Crow.
Trenton, Georgia. Crow.
And that was from who? What was that name again?
Birdman in Trenton, Georgia.
Bird.
Crow.
Oh my God. Birdman. Let's see what you got here, Birdman. What do husbands have for supper after they upset their wives? Roll.
Just saying.
Yeah.
That's dead on the money too, I think. Oh, good.
Well, that's true.
All right. This one's from sounds familiar somewhere in South Georgia.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey, don't be doing that crap. I gotta take that out of the mailbox, man. Come on. Let's see what
Repeat offender. Repeat offender.
Repeat offender. What do you call someone who has been married more than 3 times?
Kind of sounds familiar. No, much about that.
Yeah.
All right, I got the last one here. I got the last one. Hey. This is from Running Scared in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Running Scared, Charlotte, North Carolina. We just had the 600 up there.
I don't know, Dave. This one's kind of dark. A widow.
A widow.
There you go. A widow. Running Scared in Charlotte, North Carolina. That is the answer to your question. A widow.
What do you call a wife whose husband gets her a treadmill for their anniversary?
Okay. Say that's all pretty much it on button there.
All right, folks. Moving along. Our Southern Rock Band of the Week is the Southern Rock Band Jackal. They had the song Lumberjack. They actually used chainsaw on stage.
Yeah.
They are Georgia legends and have played often out at the big biker get together out in Dakotas. And the lead singer actually did a duet with Brian Johnson of AC/DC.
Yeah.
They're kind of a AC/DC kind of band. Saying they're big, but they're well known, and they're Georgia boys. Jackal. If you've never heard of them, they're a pretty good band. Jackal. I like Jackal. Mr. Dupree.
Yes.
That's our Southern Rock Band of the Week. Look them up. See what you think about them. Let us know. But Jackal. They do have one song that's a little risque. I will warn you. I'm not even going to say the title. But it is.
Yeah.
All right, Rob, you got any Southern words of the week?
Yes, I got you a Southern word of the day right here today. I got a Jim Dandy one. Twitter-pated.
What?
Twitter-pated.
Twitter. All right.
We'll use it in a sentence for you. All right, you ready for this? When I saw that pretty lady coming up to me wanting to dance, I got all Twitter-pated. Twitter-pated.
Okay.
Y'all make it that your goal to use the word Twitter-pated at some point in time tomorrow or before next week. Use the word Twitter-pated.
Or just
I just feel all Twitter-pated. Oh.
Or just forget what you heard and you'll be fine too.
No, Twitter-pated. You got to use it.
Come on, man.
Southern etiquette for the week. This is one that's near and dear to me, and I'm quite sure it's probably near and dear to Dave, too. We get all Twitter-pated thinking about it.
No.
When someone waves at you and you're below the Mason-Dixon line, you dang sure better find some way to wave back. Because if someone waves at you down here below the Mason-Dixon line and you don't wave back, you're going to hell. Ain't that right, Miss Elizabeth? You're going to hell. Think I can't say that word. I can say it. It's hey yo. I can say it just like you did. It gets me off Twitter pay to just think about people not waving back when I wave. Mm.
Sad, sad, sad. All right, folks. Quick promo break, and then we go to our redneck destination
Oh,
of the week. We're going north to be in the south.
what?
We've been a little more southern. We're heading a little more northern part of the south.
Okay.
Be right back. All right, folks, it is time for the Redneck Destination of the Week, brought to you by Patriot Mobile. By the way, our website looks great with all that Patriot Mobile links and ads on it. It is looking awesome. Talked to Miss Lisa today. We're going to try to figure this embed out so we can stream on there, but the website's looking good. The Southern Fried Cornbread Nation.com. That site is really coming along. It looks great. We appreciate her so very much. So, Patriot Mobile, use that promo code Cornbread and make the switch today.
Yes.
What a great company they are. Texas based, and they are America first. They support the preborn, which means they believe in life. Amen.
Yes.
And
Amen.
they also are not afraid to share their faith in a business meeting. And as a bonus, you can understand them when you call them on the phone. And right now, there is a referral program going on. If you make that switch, when you refer somebody there and they place you down as that referral, you get $50 that you can either use to knock off the bill or towards a new phone. Something they just started. I don't even have a card up for it yet. This is the kind of company. They're always making a way to make it better on you.
So you mean if you refer me and I use promo code Cornbread, I get a month free for using my promo code, and then I get $50 off my first bill?
No, I would get $50. I'm referring you.
Okay.
I've referred you. You get the month free. I would get the referral.
Okay.
We'll get that ad up and show it. I did want to mention it. They just came out with that a couple days ago. Like I said, I don't have a card for it. And let me mention very quickly before we go to the Redneck Destination. Mammoth Nation has right now cut that lifetime membership in half. That's when I jumped on it. It was $125. I know that sounds like a lot. You're going to make that money back. You're going to save that in no time if you buy products from these companies. I'm telling you, you never have to worry about it again. One bill done, and you're a member for life. So $125. Anyway, they just announced that. They usually run that for a week or two, then they'll be done for a while. So I didn't, I just want to let you know. Just want to let you know. Redneck Destination of the Week, Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Now, I'm not sure how close that is to where Dog Tag is on his Appalachian Trail run, but I bet he could tell us. But Big Stone Gap, Virginia, there's some real redneck folks there, and a lot of them work at, Rob, the Redneck Mining Company. The Redneck Mining Company. There's a lot of mines, that shut down, but the Redneck Mining Company has been able to stay in business. Now, we can't tell you exactly, they're in Big Stone Gap, but we can't tell you exactly where, because we don't want to get them in some kind of trouble, because we're going to tell you some things about them. And we're going to tell you about employee activity, the employee picnic. We're going to tell you about that. So they took over a mine, and they renamed it the Redneck Mining Company. It's a bunch of good old boys up there. And it was one of them that Obama shut down. So they said, well, blank you, and they opened it back up. One of them. There's a bunch of them shut down. So you can't say which one. But on the QT, it's known as the Redneck Mining Company. So they knew they had to locate the coal, so they used something called redneck voodoo, which in and of itself just makes me laugh. Because they don't have the money for fancy geologists and a bunch of high-tech stuff. They've got a unique way of finding coal. They got a cousin up there, his name's Zeke. And they got this thing they call a coal finding ritual, which is that voodoo thing. It involves chugging a jar of homemade moonshine, and they spin him around till he's dizzier than a drunk armadillo. And then wherever he falls face first, they believe if that is where you dig out. So that is they believe it. Zeke he's been finding.
I knew there was going to be some shine or PBR involved in this somewhere. I knew there was, but that would make sense for them. I got you. Yeah.
And if they're having any doubts, they bring Zeke's bloodhound out. He's called Old Stinky. And they swear he can sniff out these coal seams about as well as Zeke. Not quite. So if Zeke fell the wrong way, they think maybe he didn't nail it, they bring out Old Stinky. And that's how they locate the coal at the Redneck Mining Company.
Oh, dude, you know them redneck dogs. He's going to go stick his nose right in Zeke's butt. You know, if they go there looking for coal, there ain't no telling what they're going to find. You talk about a diamond in the rough. That'd be it, Bubba.
Sometimes Zeke's not available, nor the Old Stinky. He's just not fit enough. We'll call it that, fit enough to come look. So they, on those days or weeks that, the seams get low, they got to find some more. They just do some surface mining. They call it apocalypse on a budget. So they just take an old bulldozer and that they found. We'll say that they found it. Borrowed. And they just run across the hillsides like a monster truck with it, ripping through some ground. And the guy they have driving it, he says, "Hold my beer," as rocks and dirt go flying. And when he feels like they've got the spot, then they just put the dynamite in and blow out the hillside. Again, that's why you can't say where the Redneck Mining Company is, but they have created some craters with this method, and one of them was pretty big. They called it Lake Bubba.
They're just making catfishing spots. That's all they're doing.
Well,
they're blasting them holes and making spots to fish for catfish.
And they like this because it's on the ground, surface, so the kiddos can help. They don't like putting them down in the mine, so the kiddos can help gather the coal up. And they give them a little money for that. They do get a little dust on coal dust, but yeah. Now they do a lot of underground mining, and so they do package together whatever kind of TNT they got. It ain't always the specific dynamite, but they go down there and they just hammer and sledge until they feel like they found a seam, and then they kind of blow it out with that, and the dust cloud's pretty bad because they don't really know how to do that properly. So it's been known to cause a stir in the local communities because when they say fire in the hole, they mean fire in the hole, Rob. It's
the only reason why it's calling such a stir in the community is because they don't know if it's something going off in the mine or that old preacher man they got up there at church just broke wind. They don't know which it is. Or Aunt Mabel from up the road has got gaseous or something.
That might be, but
be a stinky situation, dude.
they've been known to hit some methane gas pockets, and so that's, I mean, they don't really understand the whole methane gas thing. They're just looking for coal, but they sure did like that explosion.
Well, I bet they found a big methane gas deposit when uh, that bloodhound stuck his nose up Ezekiel's butt. Just saying. Uh,
Now, when they do find the coal, they bring it up topside, or unless they're doing it from the top, and they got to process it. So they haul it to what they call the wash plant. The wash plant is really just the creek where they dunk the coal. Well, Aunt Maybell blasted with a pressure washer. She found, well, she actually won it in a bar bet, and they crush it, but they get cousin Skeeter. They just pile it up in the driveway, and Skeeter does some burnouts over it with his jacked up Dodge Ram, screaming, "This is how we roll." And they might throw a little rock in there too. It's not high grade stuff, but people will buy it because they're kind of desperate for some of that. Quality control is done by Uncle Rufus, who judges the coal by tossing chunks into a campfire. And if it burns blue, it's a fancy coal. If it just smokes, it's a rustic coal. That's the discount pile. And they just load it up in some old feed sacks, load it on a flatbed trailer, and pull it through town. The truck's nicknamed Stumpy, and they sell it to anyone who won't ask too many questions.
so when it's burning blue, is that like the blue in Grandma's wig?
It could be.
Oh.
Now, for safety, they don't really have any safety. We're going to get over to after this, we're going to get over to the employee picnic day. But they do have some signage because they do care. I mean, they don't want nothing bad to happen. They don't have any OSHA signs or PPE or none of that. But their safety manual is a post-it note that says, "Don't die, dummy." They got another one that says, "Hard hats are for city folk." The first aid in the first aid kit is a mason jar of moonshine
No,
and a tube of super glue.
please tell me that they have a sign that says hard hats are optional. Natural selection works.
You got it. You got it. So it's a low ball operation now. Like I said, if the feds show up, that's what they call anybody that shows up. They don't know the feds.
Yeah.
They've got some wild dogs and stuff that they keep kind of hemmed up, and they just go running. They release the dogs and everything, and they just go hide. They don't want anybody come nosing around. It's kind of like the old moonshine days,
Yeah.
If they didn't know you, they figured you's a fed. You's government. So they just gonna unleash on you. So I mean, they got all them holes and stuff they could put anybody they need to. I'm not saying they would. I'm just saying that
They would. They would. You know good and well they would.
All right, I'm going to give you some of the names of the picnic day for the employees. They got to have some breaks,
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave it to your imagination what they are. Number one thing they have is called the Moonshine Keg Explosion. I'll let you put your thoughts on what you think that might be. The Moonshine Keg Explosion. The second activity they have. What's
I
that?
tell you exactly what that is. That one was checking to see if that was good shine or not. And they tried to light some off. If it's got a good blue flame on it, it's kind of like that coal. It's good stuff. If it don't, yeah, kind of up the creek a little bit. Someone just got a little bit anxious. You
They
know,
have a
big.
they have another activity where it's called the Monster Truck Tug of War Disaster.
Monster truck tug of war disaster.
Yeah,
Oh, I know what that is. They hook that chain up to the monster truck,
that's what I'm thinking.
and then they hook the other end up to somebody's skivvies, and they tell him to hang on to that tree right there just as long as you can. Here, hold this beer.
The third
Disaster.
activity, the third activity is called Fireworks Fiasco. Fireworks Fiasco.
You know what happened there. You know good and well what happened there.
I think they're just shooting them at each other myself, is what.
Oh no. No, dude, that's not safe. They caught grandma falling asleep in her outdoor chair. And someone put a bottle rocket right underneath it and let it fire up and hit her in the buttock and explode. That's when the fiasco started.
Number 4 activity is called the Pig Roast Goes Rogue. The Pig Roast Goes Rogue.
That's when they found out it was really a cat, not a pig. That was up in Ohio there.
The next one is
Meoink, meoink.
the next activity for the employee day is called the Banjo Duel Turns Bloody.
Oh, that's where they're just
And
beating.
I don't even want to think about what that might be.
Either they're just beating each other slap to death, or they're trying to see if someone's wearing some real pretty
Don't say
panties.
it.
You
Don't
know?
say it.
That might be where the pig roast went wrong too. Oink, 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 oink.
Oh, they've got one called the Do It Yourself Slip and Slide Catastrophe. The Do It Yourself Slip and Slide.
Okay, so they stretch out this plastic thing, but they've got glass broken every little bit along through that thing, and you wind up in a wading pool full of alcohol at the bottom. And that's the catastrophe because when you hit that alcohol after that glass, woo!
I'm going to save this one for last. I got 2 more.
Okay.
They've got something called the Mine Shaft Run. I think it's people on mini bikes or go karts racing through the mine.
No. This mine shaft run is something straight off of Brokeback Mountain. I mean, somebody's going to end up getting all Twitter pated over somebody. I mean, you're right there in the mountains. You got to be for coal mining, you know.
Oh my God. And this last one kills me.
Oh gosh.
It's called the Porta Potty Demolition Derby.
You tell me what you think, and I'll tell you what I think.
Well, I think what it is they find somebody, unsuspecting soul, that actually went in there. They lock him in there, and then they're just running into this thing. Or they're hooking a chain to it and slapping it off everything. I don't know, man. It's the Porta Potty Demolition Derby.
Dude, they set their porta potties up on the edge of the mountain, okay? And when some poor unsuspecting souls go in there, they lock them in. and they just keep locking them in, so there's one in each porta potty. Because you got to be a city slicker to use a porta potty when you're out there in the mountains anyway. You're either just going to let her hang or you're going to go pop a squat, you know. So they got these city slickers all locked into these porta potties, and then they have a race with it and see who gets to the bottom first when they shove them off. And whoever's blued up the best gets 5 seconds knocked off their time.
True story, and I've told this before. When Josh was little, he's a little fella. They was at the down home days. I think I had to work. Josh goes in a porta potty. Dude comes along. He's changing them out. He picks the thing up with a forklift and goes, "Hey, my boy's my boy's in there." And Josh is hollering, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Put me down!
He jerked it so hard it got Josh off the toilet.
And see, that would go back into last night things that scare you. I bet he can't use a porta potty to this day. I wouldn't be able to.
The guy said something about, "Hey, I got to change these out. I got a job to do." She said, "But my boy's in there." She said, "Can't you see it? It said lock." Or, whatever it says.
Yeah.
Not vacant. Or Occupied. Porta potty demolition derby.
Oh my gosh.
The Redneck Mining Company, Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Somewhere in Big Stone Gap. On a hillside somewhere. They some good old boys keeping the coal industry alive. Or not.
Wow.
I figure they kind of sell to the ones that they sell the shine to. I figure they got a steel going too. So they sell some shine and some coal to all their customers,
Yeah.
They got to save on that energy,
Not good. Yeah.
Country boy got to survive, man.
Dude, there's so many things that are just wrong with this whole thing. Yeah. If you put coal under enough pressure, it'll become a diamond. And I bet them poor fellers up there in them mountains and everything, I've seen some of them things with Burt Reynolds and stuff in it, and they'd beg about them guys up there in them mountains. And I bet you every time they hear a banjo start playing, they poop a diamond.
That's not even right, dude. That's not even Oh my God.
Sorry, not sorry.
Oh man. Oh wow. All right, let's check our chats.
Oh, let's see here. I got to take it off.
Redneck Mining Company. I'd like to have a hat with that. The Redneck Mining Company. That'd be cool. The SLP letters right in the middle. Redneck Mining Company. I think we might have to do that. That one's cool.
Well, let's see. We got Michael and Barry and Sassy Jen all saying howdy, hello, and hey. Sassy Jen said, "Mom, just called one of my cats a jackleg." Shaking. And she said Ray was great. Ray Stevens from Barry Cog. Sea Dog. Sorry. And Barry Sea Dog says, "You might want to mention Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty. He passed away on May 25th. And Barry Sea Dog said, "Crow, that's what Zelensky eats when he talks to Trump." Get that. Sassy Jim waved. That might have been for about waving, better wave back. And there's Miss Elizabeth. She said, "Good evening, gentlemen. I'm officially retired.
Yes,
Congratulations."
absolutely. That
Uh,
deserves a button push there, man.
yep, yep, yep. There you go. Harry Sea Dog says Twitter pated was used in Bambi. It was. Ms. Elizabeth says the Redneck Mining Company sounds like a ride.
Well, you know, way back in the day, I don't know if they still have it. Six Flags had the runaway mine train or something it was called. That thing would beat you to death. It does sound like a ride.
And then Sassy Jid said, Rob, no cat. Oh, we was talking about
Yeah,
the
the pig,
yeah,
pig gone rogue.
yeah, pig gone rogue. See, yeah, that wasn't for down here. That was for up in Ohio there.
Yeah, that was Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio. That's the only state that's round on both ends and high in the middle. Ohio. Love all you guys up there in Ohio. Y'all are great. Well, we thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. We
You
hope
missed
y'all
one.
enjoyed our little show.
You missed one.
What I missed?
Bottom of the chat.
Yay, Elizabeth.
Okay, I didn't know if you said that.
Yeah.
If you did, I missed it.
Okay, I may not have. We got stuck on the cat. And she might have snuck that one in on me. Oh, Angry Conservative just popped in. Y'all ain't allowed to use my favorite thing about my home state. Y'all ain't allowed to do it, but use my favorite thing about my home state. What's that? Would that be what did you call that? The mine shaft, what? Relay or
The runaway mine train.
yeah, the runaway mine train. I got that you're from Ohio. I said we loved all you guys from up there, but
Yeah,
it's round on both ends and high in the middle. Ohio.
he just went back home for a visit
Yeah,
on the holiday.
yeah. Ohio.
Ohio.
It's like
Now, he lives in Alabama. He's from Ohio. You reckon he's Ohio State or an Alabama fan or Auburn? I don't know.
dude, he's got to be all confused. He's probably a Tennessee fan.
Don't talk about him like that. He's a good feller. Well, now there is different parts of Ohio, you know.
Yeah, it's round on both ends and high in the middle. There's three different parts.
I mean, there's good and bad areas, you know. It's like Georgia. There's some good areas. There's some. We don't claim around Atlanta too much.
Well, back when I lit the filter tip in on my cigarette one time and smoked it right down. Reminded me of Cleveland. Sorry, that was a nod out to Ray Stevens Classic.
We love you, Angry Conservative.
Yes. Even if you do drive El Camino. Ugh. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of Cornbread Nation. We thank y'all for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. No, we did. We look forward to this one every week. So, uh-oh. Well, my team won the first year of the 4-team CFP and the 12-team CFP.
Ah.
Who was that? Who was that, Dave? I lost interest after the dogs got out. I don't remember if I watched the national championship.
I'm trying to think of who won the first year of the 4-team and the 12. Was that Ohio State?
I think it was.
So he's Ohio State. I think that was Ohio State.
Buckeyes. Oh, well, there he is. There
Dog
he is.
fan.
Yeah. Oh, he's saying it is. He's a Buckeye fan. A Buckeye fan?
Yeah.
What the heck is a Buckeye? I've heard of a black eye. I've heard of a brown eye. I ain't never heard of no Buckeye. What is that, like a hindquarter mount on a deer? And they got its tail raised up and got a glass eye right there. They call it a Buckeye.
Rob.
What?
Rob.
I've seen that mount, dude.
Talking about going rogue.
Dude, I've seen that mount down here. What? It's not bad unless he's got holding a cigarette too.
You ain't right, man.
I know. I'm in a mood tonight, dude.
How did Ohio State man get to Alabama? I'm glad he's in Alabama. He's rocking it over there in Alabama. I'm just wondering how he got.
I think their family. I think he fits right in. I think their family trees are shaped just the same.
Oh, don't be talking about.
Oh. There you go.
Hey, you poked that bear too much.
That's all right. I'll poke that bear. A worthless nut.
He knows how to come back.
That's all right.
He's like Steve.
That's just fine. I can dish it out and take it back too. I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
Well, but I do think the family trees are about the same between Alabama, Ohio. You know, they're like straight up and down. They make a lot of power poles and telephone lines. You know. Long, straight, up and down.
Remember, Rob is South Georgia. I'm North Georgia. Just say it.
Yeah. Hey. I got a lot of folks up there on Sand Mountain. Just for the record. That's right there close to your neck of the woods. My people from
it might be close, but that's a whole different world, bro. A whole different world.
I know their trees branch a little bit.
Trust me. The folks on Lookout Mountain tell me I can't even be accepted on Lookout Mountain. You know I can't be accepted on that mountain. They call me the Flatlander. The Yankee Flatlander. That's what they call me.
Yeah.
The Yankee Flatlander.
Yeah. And where were you born?
Rockford, Illinois.
And I ain't forgot that yet. Now, see, I'll give it to you. You were born up north, but you were reared here in. Oh, that sounded bad.
That's true. I was raised
that sounded bad. Though.
My family's from the South. I just happened to be born there.
Yeah. But
my dad went north and worked at National Lock and Key in Rockford, Illinois.
Okay.
And then we came home.
Yeah.
Home is home. But I wasn't born there. I don't shy away from that.
Well, you pretty much was raised Southern.
Except for a year and a half. First year and a half, Rockford, Illinois, Gary, Indiana, then back to Georgia.
And you've lived in Georgia ever since?
Ever since. Well, we lived in Old Fort, Tennessee for about a year, 6 months to a year. That's where the outhouse was by the train tracks. Then back to Georgia. All before I was 5 or 6. All that happened before I was 6. The rest of the time I've been here.
Well, we're glad y'all turned in. I think I'm going to slide over to Patriot Mobile, see if I can't get my account set up. I'm just going to switch my phone over to them. How about that?
Well, that's good. And since they're on that Texas time, they're still open. So they should be.
No, it's 9 o'clock here. It ain't but 6 or 7.
That's what I mean. They'll still be open.
They'll be open?
Yeah, they should be.
Okay. All right. Well, tell you what, y'all have a great, wonderful evening. Y'all stay out of trouble, and we'll see y'all back here bright and squirrely first thing in the morning.
Yes, and I will go live again one more time tonight for the MAGA report. So,
Okey-doke.
10-ish, around 10.
Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for tuning in with us. We appreciate it, and we will see y'all a little later tonight. Dave will see you, and we'll see y'all in the morning. Y'all have a great
Yes.
day. Big old salute. Good night, everybody.
Oh, well, it's early in the morning, grab a cup and tune on in. Robert and Dave got that southern charm, let the laughter begin. From the morning funny to Maga Minute, ain't no better way to start your day the southern way with a little joke and pray.